Okay, here we go. Let's hope everybody can see me all right. I've got my cup of tea and I'm all prepared. Well, not really prepared, but let's hope we can have a bit of a live stream. I can tee myself up there, so that's all good. As you can see, I am not at a mystery location. I am at my desk. I decided not to bother. It's a very nice day outside, but it's very cold today. It was a frost last night, and the winter's coming. So I'm at my desk. So hello, Johnny. Johnny's already on the chat before I started. So good on you, Johnny. Right. Before we start, or rather, the first thing I wanted to mention, I'm sure everybody will have seen the news about the tragic events in Nong Bua Lampu in Thailand, very close to where we live. Actually, Nong Bua Lampu, it's not far away. It's the neighbouring province. Awful events, and I just wanted to mention that. Very, very sad and depressing. So I just got that out of the way. Let's have a look at the comments. All good. Voice and picture. Yeah, thank you, Johnny. Yeah, it's been good since I went over to using my phone and using this Prism software on my phone. So I'm not using Wi-Fi, and I'm not using my PC for anything really, apart from looking at the comments, but because I can see them a bit better. But I'm just using Prism Live software on my phone, and I'm using mobile 4G plus. So I check the signal before I decide where I'm going to do the live stream, and all things are good. So yeah, I'm glad it's working all fine. It seems to be. I've found the secret recipe now, so that's good. Marcus, hello from Germany. Guten Tag. Not far from me. Well, not far from Sweden, as the crow flies. Yeah, Johnny. Yeah, very sad. I don't know. I don't really want to discuss it really too much. There's there's a lot of things that can be said and done, but yeah, it's just sad. I just don't understand where people get, I can understand people being completely off their heads and doing, but why they think that, that is the way to do anything, it's just a mystery. It's just a mystery. So anyway, let's move on. I wanted to talk about YouTube. Oh, there was another thing I wanted to say. I don't know whether you're watching Jacko in Chiang Mai. I wanted to just say hello to Jacko. Jacko's got his own YouTube channel, Chiang Mai Thai Video. Jacko is a friend of mine, fellow YouTuber in Thailand, and Jacko had an accident the other day, and he slipped and broke his hip, and he's had it operated, and he's home now, but he's going to take a while to be mended, so hopefully all's well, Jacko, and all the best to you, mate. Yeah, I wanted to talk about YouTube Shorts. I'm not a fan, I have to say. I'm not a fan of this short video format. I really don't like it. I think probably I'm too old for it. It seems to be a bit of a childish thing most of the time, most of these short videos, a lot of the TikTok rubbish, but YouTube obviously is pushing it as well as TikTok and what have you, and Facebook Reels and all them things. But YouTube has had a few a bit of a campaign. I've been sending out emails about how to succeed with shorts and blah blah blah. Now, I had one that I did a year ago, I think it was, perhaps around about a year ago, when our dog Cafe, our retriever, moved to the house, and the two girls, the Bangkok, were He was very friendly with them, but they weren't so friendly with him. And I put this tall video because that's how I got it. I just got this video clip. Giles Nee sent it to me, and I put that up, and it was a short, and it was the only one I had on my channel, and that was that. And I think up until now it's had about 300 views. So about 10 days ago, just after the last live stream, I think, I was thinking about this with shorts. I got another email from YouTube. Excuse me, after I sip on my tea. I got another email from YouTube, and I thought, let's do another one. So I was just looking to see what I could do a short on, and I found a clip of my two Bangkok, the two sisters, growling at each other, and they're not very friendly with each other. In fact, they hate each other. And we're gonna move one to the farm when we come back. The one that was pregnant last year, because the other one is pregnant now, we think. So, and the one that was at the farm with us last year, she has been getting a hell of a time of it since she moved back. So, but anyway, they've always fought and not been very friendly with each other. So I had this clip of them growling at each other. That was it. Nothing very exciting, but I put it up. I followed the instructions because I had a quick look what I should do, trying to be successful. So I put it up. I didn't have any text or anything on it, and I just put 2 hashtags. One said Bangkok, written in Western, normal writing letters that we would use, and the other one was Thai Bangkok, written in Thai. And I put that short up, and within 2.5 hours it had 40,000 views, and I was like, wow, amazing. And I actually gained about 40 subscribers through this short. Couldn't believe it. I absolutely couldn't believe it. So I thought, I'll try that again. So a day or two later, I put another one up. The subsequent ones, some of you may have or may not have seen. I've taken them all down apart from the successful one now, but I'll just tell you anyway. The next one I did, again, was them two when they were younger, but they were playing. I put that up. I had the same hashtags on it, the same everything, and it absolutely tanked. It got about 20 views. Now I don't get why the one would get 40,000 plus views and the next one would absolutely tank. And I mean, if YouTube's algorithm thought, oh, this guy's last one was popular, we'll show it to more people, then why would they not show this one? I mean, they're the same tags. There's not a lot in it. As per the normal YouTube videos, there's all sorts of things to think about, retention rate and all this stuff. But this is just, a 20-second video with a couple of tags on it. That's it. It absolutely tanked. And like I said, it got about 20 views, and what a waste of time. So I deleted it in the end. And then I tried again a couple of days later, and I stuck another short on there. One of my cats, in fact, a cat who's disappeared now, sadly. But put that up, same thing. It got a few views, but nothing. So I wonder, what is it that I need to do to get what's the secret? Because I don't know what the secret is. I tried to do exactly the same thing as I did on the first, well, the second one really, but it was the first one that I really conscientiously put this video up. The first one that I did last year, a year ago, I really only did it for those who were interested in knowing about Kathy's well-being, because I'd also mentioned that I'd had bad news before that about the other 2 dogs being poisoned. So, there was a lot of people asking me about Kathy. So, I didn't expect much from that, and there wasn't any reason behind it. I just put it up, and it was in the shorts, it was a short. But my first real attempt at a short, and why it got over 40,000 views, I'm not sure how many it's got at the minute, but a lot. And my subscriber count has now, I think at the minute, since I put that video up, it's up about 50 odd, the subscriber count. Now I can tell you this, I'm always worried when I come back to Sweden, my subscriber count goes down. And even when I've been in Thailand, I can hardly get it to move. I mean, literally, you know, I sort of plateaued a long time ago, and hardly got the subscriber count to move, you know. So what's the thing? What's the secret? If anybody knows, please please let me know. If anybody's having success with shorts, or is it just a lottery? You know, just keep doing them and maybe one will be successful and maybe one won't. I don't know. I wish I did know, because that short didn't make me any money, but it certainly got the channel promoted and it got more people watching. I'm hoping that perhaps that will be a good sign for the vlogs and what have you. Although I have to say, after that short success, the last vlog last Sunday was pretty poor, the viewing figures on that. So I don't know, but of course that wasn't Thailand, so we shall see. But yeah, anybody who knows or has any tips about shorts, let me know, because I'm not mad for doing shorts, but you know, if they do bring something to the table, then I give them a go now and again. This tea I'm drinking, by the way, anybody who knows, we English men like to drink tea. Right, Marcus, if you're really interested in growing a channel, a common recommendation is to offer something of value to the viewers. As in what exactly? Of value? You mean like a free giveaway? Which would be nice if I actually could afford to give some things away, but I mean, I don't make any money out of my channel. Well, I tell a lie. I have made, in the last 15 months, I've made about 135 US dollars. No, 130 perhaps. I get paid out in Swedish krona, so I think if you're paid in US dollars, I think there's a threshold of $70. I'm not sure, but my threshold is Swedish krona, is 700 Swedish krona. Now, I actually had about 100 krona on my or 50 maybe it was, on my account since about 2016. So I actually didn't make that money, all of that, this year. So I probably made about $100 in over a year. So anyway, not a fan of shorts either. No, I'm not a fan of shorts really. Something of value, useful information. Yeah, I mean, obviously my channel is a daily life vlog channel, Marcus. I mean, that's really what it's about. I did try a couple of live streams where I was doing some stuff with info on Thailand and this, that and the other, but they were a bit hard work because my PC wouldn't hold up, so I decided to stop bothering with all these photos and presentations and what have you. I'll be back in Thailand in 3 weeks, and then obviously we would be doing the Thai vlogs and so on, so we will see how it goes. Johnny Thai, John's small audience TikTok, and yeah, I'm totally with it. I mean, you know, I'm not after sort of tens of thousands of subscribers. I mean, just some slight growth is all that I'd be quite happy to see that. I'm not, it's a hobby. It is a hobby. I'm not one of these that's trying to make a career out of being a YouTuber. And my channel is just about daily life, so I'm not going out of my way to look for content. And like you say, yeah, it's all a bit stupid, a lot of this TikTok and what have you. But I don't. It's just I'm sort of kind of curious why a video can suddenly. I mean, obviously it's not viral in terms of some of these videos have got millions of views. But I mean, for me, who gets 300-400, sometimes 1,000 views on a vlog, excuse me, to put out just trial and error to put out a short for it to get 40,000 views in 2 hours, and for me to then put out another one for it to get no views in 2 days. I'm just kind of like, oh, it's frustrating. You know, everybody would like to know the secret, I suppose, of how to beat the algorithm, but I don't know. I would. This thing has just made it even more. You know, I thought, oh, maybe I found a bit of a secret there, but it's just made it more of a mystery than it was before. So we will see about that. We will see about that. Talking about Thailand and it being a small, perhaps a small audience or whatever. We have, we will be back, we're going back in 3 weeks time. And last year we had, yeah, maybe it's not worth finding out. Well, I'd like to find out just to know why it did or it didn't succeed, you know, not necessarily to know why, you know, what to do kind of thing. Hello, Russ. Now, Russ knows because Russ watched it and commented on the short in question. Try collaborating with another Thai YouTuber. Do I know the Assam Farang? No. And no, I won't be with him. And I don't want to go any further on that point. I do know Lloyd, Jersey Farang in Thailand. Lloyd is actually my neighbour. He lives literally across the main road from us. But I don't know really what's happened with Lloyd. He's a friend of mine on YouTube, but he's kind of, I don't know what happened with him really. And I don't want to disturb him. I think he wasn't, I don't think he was well or whatever. So I didn't push it. I've been in touch with him. I am actually friends with Tony Bad Badger, who lives in Phang Nga. I may well do something with Tony if we get away down there for some sort of beach holiday or whatever. And one or two others as well who I'm friendly with. But I don't know. I may or I may not do some kind of something in collab with somebody else if and when the opportunity presents itself. So I'm not really going to go out of my way to look to do that. But if you know, if the opportunity does pop up, then I will certainly consider it. Absolutely. Yeah. 200 plus. Yeah, I know. It's actually, I enjoy it. I think the community that tends to watch and are regulars, Johnny, that comment and stuff, it's very nice. When I've had videos that have been a lot more successful in terms of views and stuff, I've had a lot more nasty comments and a lot more, you know, the usual stuff you get on social media and on the internet. So I know what you mean. It is fun when it's small, but I would like to have more people watching. I don't know about you with your tribute, but you know. Anyway, it's that's that. I'm going to move on from shorts and you and YouTube followers and whatever. Regular viewers will no doubt remember Puk Luke, Jabot, Buffalo Puk Luke, Luliana lives with her sister. I've mentioned it recently here on the live streams because she had a baby and whatever. And we sold it to her sister, Jow's sister. Well, Jow's been absolutely mad to buy buffaloes again. And she's been looking for weeks now. All the markets, where they sell the buffaloes, you know, the farmers go to market to sell a buffalo. There's quite a few people that video these, and they either do live streams or they do like a video that day of the morning's markets, or the markets on in the morning, and they go around and they interview people and say, all right, what's this one? What have you got? How much do you want for it? Blah, 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 blah. So Jo's been watching them for weeks now, and she's been after white buffaloes, not the grey ones, the normal ones, but what they call Kwai Falang, which is they're sort of white pink coloured. Anyway, she found eventually somebody selling a mother and baby. The baby is the reason why she wants this one, because the baby is really nice looking, very good, beautiful looking, white. The mother's so, but she's makes nice babies. So so anyway, we paid money, down payment for these 2 buffaloes, and they will be delivered to us at the end of the week that we arrive back in Thailand. So we're going to have our work cut out when we get back, or Jawa anyway, to get the everything ready for them coming to us. They're coming from Riyadh, so that's something to look forward to. And Jav's been desperate to have buffaloes again, so there will no doubt be buffaloes in upcoming vlogs. I will mention the buffaloes in my vlog next week, and I will have a photo of them, so or even a video clip. I'm not sure yet, but the vlog next Sunday. What's the business plan? There's no business plan. It's yeah, it's, well, sell the boys for meat. That's what happens, Russ. Everything that we do on our farm, it's not a business venture. It's a hobby. It's a hobby farm. So the plan with the buffaloes is Joe wants to keep them, so we keep them. If we have a bit of luck and we have a couple of buffaloes to sell, then we will make some kind of money out of them. But we don't, nothing that we do on the farm is really, apart from, I suppose, the only thing that's really been done for money, with any serious kind of thought for money, is the planting the trees, that which is something I wanted to mention as well. Planting the trees at Nadongoi. That is a kind of a, it's a dream of Jazz to have her own forest and whatever, but it's also a bit of an investment to be able to yeah, I know. Johnny's saying about, remember, everything will need attention, water pumps, electrical, etc. Yeah, there'll be plenty to do. The farm's been looked after, so it's, you know, and the farm where the trees are, and we've also growing rice there, the big farm, not the one we live on, is looking really good, and has been really well taken care of. So yes, there will be things to do, but I think mostly for the buffalo, it will just be a case of cleaning out the buffalo shed, and, you know, making it, preparing it and what have you, connecting up some so they've got water and what have you, but not a major, I don't think, on that. But there will be things to do, absolutely, yeah. But going back to what I was saying, the plan financially isn't really for you know, it's just a hobby, and, you know, hobbies cost money. But if we make something out of them, we make something out of them. If we don't, we don't. We're not, like I say, we made something out of the buffalo that we sold, but obviously that doesn't take into account Thai travel friends. Okay, yes, I hope to see you soon. I haven't seen Thai travel friends is a friend of mine. He actually filmed some very nice drone footage of the farm before we built our house and whatever on there, and he came to visit me, and I'm hoping to meet up with him in November. He's going to be in up in Udon Thani. His girlfriend is from Udon Thani, so I think he might be up. So hopefully I'll see you soon, Heiko. It's been a couple of 3 years probably since we met, so that will be good. Anyway, going back to the trees, yeah, the trees were a long-term investment, really, that sort of Jow has sort of thought, well, you know, they need to be thinned out probably in about 10 years, and obviously in sort of 20 years we can cut some and sell if we want to for timber. But even when they're thinned out, they're all hardwood trees. So you know, there's a value in them, and they do certainly make a you know, you can make some good money if you've got trees, hardwood trees. So there's a sort of a long-term thing involved in that. But the other things that we do, you know, they're hobby farming. You know, if we make some money, like when we sell our fish or we sold pigs, the pigs we didn't repeat because we didn't lose out, but it was just such a lot of work without really being worth it. Jan found it too much hard work for the little reward. Obviously, we try to make some money if we can. We don't do it to try and lose, but it is a hobby farm. So or both of them are hobby farms. Now we've got rice that we will gain some rice when the rice season or when the harvest comes. We have paid for the rice, we've paid for the tractor and everything else, but we have friends who are taking care of the farm there. They've done a wonderful job of it, and the rice looks really good. And we've had an awful lot of water, so it's not been a disaster like last year. And in fact, Stephen, who I mentioned a couple of weeks ago in the live stream here, he was viewing, as a friend of mine who lives in the next village, actually went to the farm and he sent me some photos, and it was amazing. The big pool at Nadongoi is now full, basically. Absolutely amazing. I mean, this pool is about 6 meters deep probably, and it's a big pool. So I'm really glad about that, because all the trees that we've planted are going to need water, and I'm really not sure about how we're going to go about it. So it's looking positive anyway over there, but there'll be plenty to do, and there'll be plenty to show you when we get back there. So it's 3 weeks, and I will see you in November, Heiko. Yes, definitely. Looking forward to that. I've also have a few people that I will be meeting up with over the course of the winter that are subscribers or friends or whatever, who will be over and in the area. So who knows? There will be some other people in my videos, and there may even be a collaboration or whatever going, but we shall see. And you'll get to see the buffaloes. One of the things, yeah, flight times. I don't know if I did mention that when I booked our flight up to Udon Thani from Bangkok, I didn't want to wait around in Swanepoel for the next flight from Swanepoel, because we were getting in at sort of lunchtime, and there wasn't a flight until 5:30 in the afternoon. So I booked a flight with Thai Lion Air, which is the only airline, the domestic airline in Thailand that I haven't flown with. I think there's 8 airlines, and I've flown with 7 of them, and I had never flown with Thai Lion. So they had a flight mid-afternoon, so I booked it, paid for it and everything. And after I'd done that, Jav said to me, "Oh, we'll never make it, we'll never make it." And I thought, no problem, we'll make it. But I have missed flights before because I've been a bit optimistic, and then I started to be a bit concerned that she might have a point and we might not make it. And one of the things that's going against us making it is that we are flying in with Qatar Airways on the A380, and we are in the upstairs economy cabin, which is at the back. So when you disembark, and board as well, but when you disembark, you don't go through to the front of through all the first class and the business class. Economy passengers in that cabin have to go to the back of that cabin, down the staircase, and then all the way from the back, i.e. the back staircase, all the way from the back through the bottom floor, the big economy cabin. And of course, that means we will be like the last people off the plane probably as well. So I was thinking, yeah, she's probably got a point. And I sort of resigned myself to the fact that, okay, if we've got to buy new tickets, we've got to buy new tickets. There's plenty of other flights going out after that one, so we'll just, you know, we'll just take it as it comes. Anyway, I got an email. From Thai Lion just a few days ago, and they said to me, hello David, they said, what did they say? Dear valued passenger, no less, we regret to inform you that Thai Lion Air SL 610 has been rescheduled to a new flight time, and it's been put back by 2 hours, which is absolutely fantastic, or nearly 2 hours, an hour and 40 minutes or something, an hour and 50 minutes. So that should solve that problem. We shouldn't have a problem in making our flight from Don Muang, and it's still leaving before the first flight out of Suvarnabhumi. So we will have that activity, you know, something to do, because otherwise it gets really long and boring just sitting around waiting in Suvarnabhumi for 5 hours or more for a flight. And when you've been traveling for an awful long time, which we will have been doing, it's good. Our journey will be the longest probably I've ever done it, and we're going to actually have to leave a little bit earlier, because I also got an email from Qatar Airways to say that our flight from Stockholm to Doha had been brought forward by 20 minutes or something like that. And I was looking at the timings there, and I thought, oh, I think I better we better go on the train an hour earlier, because I've got to take the car. And then, yeah, I know, but I won't be doing that, Johnny. We will have a lot of baggage with us, so we will just be getting a taxi, a big Fortuner or whatever taxi, probably. I've done it before now. When I've travelled on my own, I've actually done it on the shuttle bus. There's a free bus. You just go down. I can't remember. I think it's door number 3 or whatever. And there's a bus. And as long as you show that you've got a flight from Don Muang when you want to board the bus, it's free. So and it's a nice air conditioned. A truck. Yeah, I probably need a truck actually. Probably need a big truck. I paid for extra luggage because I know Dad wanted to take a load of mushrooms and all sorts of stuff with him, and I've got a load of gear. So it will be quite a bit. I mean, we are going on the train from here, or from Eskilstuna, I should say, but it's really only a case of us going out the door of the station house and onto the train. It's quite easy, and we will be able to do that, no problem. The train, there's no changes. I will drive us to the station, take all the things in, and leave Joe there while they're like a normal bus, you know, like a proper bus but shorter, you know, and they've got aircon and modern bus, like. But yeah, it was very good. I did it, same thing there. Joe was in Thailand, and I'd come back to Sweden for I think I'd come back for a medical appointment, and I was only back a few days, and then I went to go back to Thailand, and that was the same thing. I flew in with Qatar Airways in the middle of the day, and I decided I wasn't waiting around all day for the evening flight, so I took allowed. I don't know about that, but we always bring. So you know, what's allowed and what's not is probably not the same thing. Joe picks a lot of mushrooms here, for edible mushrooms, not for eating, obviously, and we always take, I mean, you know, they're sort of family members and what have you is, no, I don't want another durian fiasco, which is why I've been a bit concerned. But we discussed this the other day, and Jan says, oh, well, you know, you can understand it. It's on the thing when you check in, which it is, like, you know, you're not allowed to have these things. And it's like, you know, explosive, firearms, durians, whatever. And her thing is, well, it doesn't say anything about mushrooms. And, you know, there's always a first time and it could all go pear-shaped. But we've taken before every single time we go back to Thailand, basically. And, you know, people are queuing up to get some when we get there. They're not fresh, they are frozen. So there's just a big hard lump, solid lump, you know. So I don't know. It is what it is, and we will be taking them. So if when we arrive in Thailand we've only got one suitcase, that's because everything else has been confiscated. But I don't think, I'm not too worried about it. I've actually ordered some, I will show them on the next vlog because I haven't had them yet, but I've ordered these suitcase covers, which are quite amusing, from Amazon. So the suitcase will be taped up and will be closed, and then the suitcase cover goes on the top. But yeah, I don't want another durian fiasco. No, what I was going to say about the flight time is, because the flight's been put forward it's 20 minutes or 25 minutes or something like that here, and there wasn't a lot of you know, it wouldn't be a problem with the time, you know, I've given us enough time, but it doesn't account for anything going wrong, right, which could happen. I thought we better go an hour earlier rather. Basically what I've got to do is I've got to drive us up to Eskilstuna, which is where I need to leave the car, and that's where the train is going from, and it's a direct train right to the airport. I will drop Joe off and all this stuff in the station, in the waiting room, on the platform where the train goes from. We don't have to go up and downstairs or anything. It's actually the platform nearest where I can drive up to. So we can go a couple of times if I need to. We will have all our luggage there. I'll drive down, it's 5 minutes, drop the car off, get a taxi back to the station. So when the train comes, it's just a case of getting on the train. When you've got a lot of stuff, it is a bit of a hassle, and we did it when we came back, you know, and you might have to dump some things out and come and dump some more things out, and you don't get a lot of time. But once we get to the airport, we don't have a problem, because we can get a trolley, you know, and then or 2 trolleys even, and then we can manage to trundle all our stuff. And this train comes in under the airport, so it's a case of getting the lift up and then walking on the indoors on a flat surface all the way to the check-in counters. And obviously once we've checked in, then we don't need to worry about that again. And obviously the same thing then when we get to Swanapum, it's a case of pushing it all out on trolleys to the taxi rank, loading it in the back of a taxi, unloading it when we get to Don Mueang and putting it back on the trolley and checking it in at Don Mueang, and then we will be picked up from the airport in Udon Thani. So, you know, again, once we arrive there, straight on the trolley. So there's not really much of a problem. But if we had to go between Suvarnabhumi and Don Mueang by train, it would be difficult with the amount of luggage that we are likely to have. So we won't be doing that, although I know it is possible now. But that's for another day, I think. But we will certainly manage anyway, the way we've planned it. So as I say, the only thing I'm concerned about now is another durian fiasco, as Russ points out. But I don't know whether there will be any problem with that. They won't be checking for durian anyway from here, because there is no durian. Tea I will also have in my case. I have two sorts, being the airport trolley. Being an Englishman, I drink tea, and I prefer Yorkshire tea, and I can buy that in Thailand as well, but I actually bought it on Amazon, cheaper than I can get it in Thailand. So I took taking some with me, and then Yorkshire tea is quite strong. It's quite high in tannins, and sometimes it can make me feel a bit iffy. So I only drink it in the morning when I get up, and then in the rest of the day I drink PG Tips, which is a bit weak and wet, but it does the job. And I've got a couple of packets of that I'm taking with me as well. So I won't need to rush to cheese to meet you directly when I get to Udon, but I can get hold of everything I need like that there in Udon Thani. But it's good to take some stuff with me so that I've got it when I get there and there's no rush. I've also got to do an order for my medication. One of the good things here is I can get medication for like 3 months worth at a time, and I ordered it before we came back, and then I've ordered one lot which I haven't actually started yet because I ordered it early, and now I've recently, last week actually, renewed all my prescriptions, could do everything online, and then I can order again. Probably I'll do it about a week before we leave. It normally gets delivered next day. I will order all my prescription medication again, another 3 months worth roughly, and apart from one tablet that I run out of quickly, but it's not a problem, I will be able to survive 6 months on the medication that I get from here. So I don't need to be running to the pharmacy to look for my medication. So that's another thing that will be in my case. I bought some clothing over the last couple of months because I'm a big bloke and nothing fits, and various other things that I want to take. I mean, I've actually, some of the things you wouldn't believe, but it's just things that pop up in your mind and you think, oh, that would be good, I could do with them in Thailand, and then of course you can't find them, or they're expensive or whatever. So I've just been filling up a case with stuff behind me here over the last couple of months, and Jo hardly will have anything to take back. She brings a lot of stuff this way, but taking stuff back to Thailand isn't a problem because she's got loads of clothes and loads of everything, and all the stuff that we bring back from Thailand mainly is foodstuffs anyway, other than durian. And we bring suitcases full of, I won't be trying that, Johnny. Not that I have anything against it, but these days I'm not really. I mean, it might help actually. I don't know, but I drink almost nothing, and I have to take it very easy with everything because of my condition. So although that might probably help me when I'm not feeling great, which I actually haven't been the last couple of days, but I've tried to fight it off by doing a lot of walking, and we actually were busy in the garden yesterday. I thought it was going to kill me, but that will be coming up in the vlog soon. But think about that, we chopped some trees down here as well, which was quite the job. So but yeah, cannabis tea might be something for my although it might kill more brain cells, and I've already had a I've already had a stroke which has killed enough, so I probably don't really want that. But yeah, we'll see about that. But I'll definitely be drinking Yorkshire tea and PG Tips. And yeah, I can't wait. 3 weeks to go. I've got a fair bit of work at the minute, and yeah, sleep actually is a problem, and I've had medication for that in Thailand, which they won't give you anything in Sweden. It's really hard work. You just get into a doctor, and that might be a thing, because I found one of the things that I really need to do nowadays is to have a good sleep pattern and to sleep. a you know, 8 hours every night, and not be irregular with that. You know, I try to go to bed at a sort of similar sort of time and I get up at a similar sort of time. Obviously with work I have to get up at anyway on a weekday, but I don't in Thailand, because obviously I don't start working till the afternoon, but I get up at the same time every day, and then and that helps. But because of pain, which I have a lot of, especially in my left hand side after my stroke, I can find it hard sleeping at times. So I have had occasionally medication for that to help with both the pain and sleeping, and that's worked really well. But it's like getting that here is it's not been possible. But I'll see how it is when I'm there, and we'll take it from there. I don't know at the minute what I will do with that. Anyway, what else did I want to tell you? Not a lot. Yeah, 3 more weeks. I've got quite a bit of work. To sort out. Our business has been growing rapidly in the last few years, so we're sort of under a bit of pressure because we need some more people. So we're supposed to be having a meeting, myself and my colleague, who are co-owners of the company. We're supposed to be meeting possibly this week to discuss that. He is the managing director now and runs the business. I take a back seat, obviously, but I'm a 50% shareholder, so you know. But there's quite a lot at the minute, and which is good, because you know, the business is doing well, and that's what we live off. So as I say, the farm is not what we live off. Definitely not. But we may sell a few fish, and we may sell a bit of fruit, and we may sell some tomatoes and what have you, and who knows what. But we tend to spend more on it than we ever make back. So we shall see what this season brings. Jo's going to be planting a lot of tomatoes again. I don't know quite where yet. She's got ideas of planting them somewhere else. I think behind the house in the field down below. We're planning on digging out a pool there as well. And once the rice is harvested there, Jo's sister's growing the rice there, but we're going to dig that out, not plant any rice there again. I don't want them keep planting rice there, because the tractor has to go down every year, and the trees are getting very big for the way it goes down, so it damages the trees. But we are thinking about digging out a pool for the buffaloes there, and just growing some kind of napier grass or whatever in that field, using the water that the buffaloes swim in to fertilise it, which will obviously help because they shit in the water, you know. And generally, whatever we do, we will do, and I will be showing it on the vlogs. Talking of which, next Sunday there will be a vlog from here, which I'm working on at the minute. A fortnight today will be the last live stream. I say it will be. It was scheduled. I planned all these live streams to have these live streams every other week. The idea was that would be every 2 weeks would be either a live stream or a vlog. So it should be another vlog. No, there will be another vlog a week today, and the final live stream should be in a fortnight's time, unless I have to cancel that for some reason. But otherwise, there will be a live stream, one more of these scheduled Sunday live streams, and then 3 weeks today there will be a vlog, which will be the final vlog from Sweden, and 4 weeks today should be the first vlog from Thailand, if I've had enough time to actually edit it and put it up, between fixing everything for buffaloes and pumps and electricals and working and doing everything else. But I should have time. So yeah, that's the schedule. Farming is an expensive hobby unless you get big. Well, yeah, it is a bit expensive. I mean, it's not too bad Johnny, because we, we don't do things that we make huge losses on. I mean, it's a case of looking at something first and, seeing whether it's, if there's any possibility of making any money out of it whatsoever, or, is there a good chance we could break even? Or is it an expense that we are happy with? Then it's okay. Obviously, we've looked at things like, or we've done things like raising pigs. Obviously there was an investment involved in that, but we did actually make some money out of it. But the money that we made was too small, so it was just a lot of work. So yeah, I mean, it could be expensive if you just chucked money at it without trying things out or doing any research or whatever. But it's not too expensive as such as a hobby, because normally, touch wood, we make back what we invest in it, and either short term or long term, depending on what it is. Obviously, fruit trees and things haven't paid themselves back yet, but they will be getting close. We've had a lot of fruit since they were first planted already, and those are ongoing things. So that and the fish is probably the worst thing, actually. The fish are expensive to feed, and if you don't feed them, they don't grow, and they're expensive to feed. And I didn't think they would be so expensive to feed, but they are, and we're looking at ways of cutting back their numbers. We've got a lot of fish, and who knows how many. I mean, what we started off with and what we've got now are two different things. Now, we did lose a load because of floods, but we have a lot of fish, so the fish is expensive, and Jo will only feed them, well. She's not one for sort of half-heartedly. All our animals have to be well fed and well taken care of, otherwise she just won't have them. And the fish are probably the most expensive thing that actually costs us money. And we've started to sell fish different times of the year, but I don't think we'll ever get anywhere near making back the money that we've paid for the fish food over the time. But it's on the whole, it tends to be a a break-even kind of thing for the most part. So Graham, hello there. Graham is a long-time follower of the channel, and his daughter as well. Nice to see you, Graham. Not seen you on a live stream before. Graham's a northerner like me, from I think he's from Wigan, Graham, if I'm not mistaken. A pie eater. Yeah. So that's it, really. Busy here. Get ready. I'm counting down the days. I just cannot wait to get back to Thailand. I have to admit, I am so desperate to get back to Thailand now. But we will be there soon enough, and it will be a lot easier to find content, that's for sure, once we get back there. As I say, we've got quite a few plans in the pipeline, things that we want to do. Some things we may want to do that we can't do, because obviously, we don't have an unlimited supply of money. But Tommy, is it more expensive to buy tickets now than before? Yes, in a word, Tommy, it is. But I think if you buy a return ticket outside of the Christmas New Year period, you can still get some good, you can get some pretty decent deals. It's not as bad as it could have been. I never buy return tickets because we never know when we're going to come back, so I always buy one-way tickets, and that gives us the freedom to decide when we want to do things. Because if you buy a return ticket, you're pretty much stuck to the date on it, and if you don't, even if you can change it, you probably have to pay fees that are more, you know, in line with buying another ticket anyway. And then you're still stuck with that one airline. So I tend to buy one-way tickets and then we see how it goes. The one-way ticket this time is a lot more than it was to come back in the summer, which was a lot more than we paid last year to go to Thailand with Thai Airways. Now, Thai Airways were offering very some pretty cheap fares, and they still are, I think. But those cheap fares are with a lot less baggage than we get with Qatar Airways, and they also are long flights that I can't stick. I find it really hard going flying with Thai Airways because it's just too long a flight for me, for my liking. But yeah, the flight this time's cost us an absolute fortune. But I think generally, from what I gather, people are saying that there's still, you know, pretty good deals. If you want to go for sort of like 2 weeks in November, or, you know, November and coming back early December or something like that, it's not so bad. Flights have always been expensive over the Christmas New Year period. You know, if you've got kids or whatever, or you can't take holidays outside of sort of school holiday times, it's always expensive. And I don't think it's going to be any better this year than it was before. There are less, or I should say there are fewer options than there were before. Obviously, there was from this part of the world, Aeroflot was a big operator. I think they used to, high season, they used to fly twice a day from Stockholm via Moscow, and the same with Ukrainian International Airways. They were also operating, so obviously they've disappeared, and the choices were a lot more restricted. Air China isn't an option now for some reason. I don't know why. I don't know whether, I think they're still closed between Stockholm and Peking, or Beijing, which they was another option. You could fly via there or via somewhere else in China. So it's kind of a lot more restricted, the choice, and of course that drives up the prices. But yeah, it's there are still opportunities if you're just planning to go for a few weeks or whatever. Simo, yeah, when you have to go in the school holidays, it is a nightmare. And I mean, that's true of everything, anywhere and anytime, not just going to Thailand. I mean, that's everything. You know, if you want to go to Europe in the summer in the school holiday times, or if you want to go at Easter time. I think the most expensive flight I'd ever paid for in Europe, Joe and I went to Barcelona for Easter weekend back in about 8 years ago, and we booked it kind of at last minute, so it was difficult. We had to buy two one-way tickets with two different airlines, but it was absolutely horrendous price, but we did it. But and that was, I say, that was the most expensive I've ever paid for flights in Europe. And I probably still haven't paid as much as that for a flight in Europe since. But yeah, in around the holidays, if you've got to restrict yourself to school holidays or whatever, then it will be expensive. But you know, I wouldn't be surprised if you can get a good deal, you know, second or third week of January, and go, you know, to go to Thailand for 3 weeks or whatever. No problem. But my flight was expensive, or our flights with Qatar Airways were very expensive compared to last year, more than double what we paid last year with Thai Airways. But we have got more baggage, and I did pay extra to be able to sit in the A380 upstairs, so in the economy cabin in the A380 upstairs. So but yeah, the actual flight itself was expensive. Anyway, boys and girls, what is the time? We're looking at an hour. I think it's about time to call it a day. I will wrap this one up here. As I say, vlog next week. A final live from Sweden in a fortnight, and and a week after that the final Swedish vlog, and we will be back in Thailand just over 3 weeks. So I will call it a day. Thanks to everybody who's watched, and spread the message, spread the word. And Graham, let's have a look. Busy weekend. Megan's birthday, just been to Megan. Yeah, I actually had my updated COVID jab. Oh, we both did. About it must be about a month ago now, maybe more, I don't know, but we're all up to date on those as well, Graham. So all the best to Megan as well, send my regards. Yeah, so that's it. Gonna call it a day, and yeah, lucky me, I know 3 weeks, but I'm still counting the days down, Sam, all I can tell you. I will catch you all again soon. Thanks very much, Heiko. I'll see you in November, and check out the vlog next week. Last week's vlog didn't go down so well, but yeah, check out the vlog when it comes. Right, that's it, guys. Thanks a lot. Catch you all again soon. Bye for now.